ladies and gentlemen. It's the AZ² Podcast. Lazy, heavy, Drewski. Let's go.
Yo!
Yes, sir.
What's
There we
going on,
go.
peoples? Glad to be back again. I like that.
Yeah,
little
yeah.
intro thing.
That was beautiful.
Dope.
Oh, thank you.
You make that?
Thank you. Yeah, that's what I've been doing the last hour or so. Well, I've been waiting for this show to start.
Fuck yeah.
Whipped up a little something. So, it's good times,
That-
man. How you guys doing?
Oh, dude, I'm doing good. Doing good. I actually on that. We're gonna have to talk about. I'm doing a 114 skate video mag. Bringing it back,
I heard about that. I've been hearing about this.
and we needed an intro song. If you listen to the 411 intros, like the intro song for 411, the ba-ba-ba-da-da with the drum roll, need some sexy.
I'm definitely also going to be ordering some voice services from you here as well for a commercial that I shot.
Well, I'm down to
Once I
cook you
write
up
out the
something.
script, I'll probably just send it to you and see.
Man,
how much you charge me to just
I
vocalize.
hate to say this, but we're getting like so much lag, and you guys are freezing up.
Sensual, soothed sounds you make.
Oh,
Yeah, it seems like we have a little bit of glitch.
yeah, you guys are. I'm having some severe technical issues here.
It looks like some.
Oh, we got you back,
internet
though. You're moving
connectivities.
again.
There you go. He's no
see
longer
you.
frozen.
DCS.
Oh, am I back?
Yeah, you're
He's
back.
back.
I see you guys, but you're like, you guys are about 240p.
Yeah,
Oh, that's terrible.
yeah, but we're not going through a camera that anyone else can see. We're looking beautiful on the main hub up there. I got it set up to where like you're on the TV, and then so you're seeing us over here, and then there's a camera over there and the TV, so we can be looking at the TV, and it kind of looks like we're looking towards the camera at least. Kinda.
Directly underneath it, at least. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the best.
Very cool.
Best we could do with the 16th. I think it fit the whole vibe of everything that we're doing right now.
I think I've said this before, but your guys' is set from my angle. Granted, it's not the one that everyone else sees, but my angle, kind of off center of you guys, is real nice.
Oh yeah,
And that wall behind you is just looking great.
oh yeah. We found some cracks. Shh! Don't tell anybody.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we need another layer of paint.
Bondo it. Gonna have to go get some hardcore
That's all right.
Bondo.
He's doing professional stuff. I was just gonna paint over the cracks and call it a fucking day.
They'll come back.
Hey, there you go.
They'll come back,
It'll work.
and then I'll paint it again.
Yep.
Touche.
Dude, you guys ever been in like a one of those super old houses where all of the paint is like they've painted like, you know, it's like 150 years and different layers of paint. So like all the wood trim and stuff has like, it's almost like lost some of its shape because it has like a goddamn half inch of like paint from, you know,
Oh yeah.
every
just
5 or
peeling
6
away.
years it gets painted.
Yeah, it's got like 30 layers, so it just is uneven and warped.
Just looks like
Mhm.
shit.
And it's all still white.
Yeah.
And that's because that's like, instead of like redoing it and like cleaning it, I'm guessing they would just paint over it.
Yep.
Fuck it.
Bug it.
That was the old school way. If it's in your way, paint
Dude.
again. Paint again.
Cover
Hey,
it
speaking of
up.
old school, I was at some real old school shit earlier today.
I know.
Went out to a place called Hovenweep National Monument. I learned the difference between like a national park and a national monument. I guess a national park is where like Congress declares an area, you know, like preserved or whatever.
Yeah.
And then a national park or a national monument is like the same thing, but instead of Congress doing it, it's like a president that does it specifically. So the national monuments are free to get in, like you don't got to pay or anything. National parks, you have to pay, and then that money goes towards, you know, park maintenance and all that. But point is, we got out there and it's like out in the middle of nowhere. There's no service, no nothing. And we get out there and they're like, the whole visitor center is closed, and like it says online that it's open. Like basically, we get there expecting to like have some facilities, place to like get some snacks, some drinks, and we get there and it's a total ghost town. Which was it ended up being okay because we got to explore around and have a good time out in the ruins. But
that seems like such a better experience though. Like you're able to like just be out there. I saw some of the pictures; they were dope as hell.
Yeah, nobody on there has.
Man, no one to get in your frame or like mess up your shots.
Nope.
Like you could do some.
You guys would have loved it there. You guys would have loved it, especially with your skills with photography and videography and stuff. You would have been in heaven.
I would have had a blast. That would have been so fun.
Yeah, it looks so beautiful. Is there any way you can bring some of those up, or should I?
Can you? Well, I don't know. I don't know how to share my screen here on Zoom.
Oh, I got you. I'll show it to the people. I'm just gonna go straight into our. I gotta scroll down. I can't scroll down because I'm too.
So while he's looking for that, I have to catch you up on the story of me pulling out drawing a gun on a cop.
Uh-oh.
Just in the last couple of days here. So the night before last, I don't know if everybody knows, but I own a commercial cleaning company, and we clean these facilities at night, sometimes very, very late at night. And this night, I'm on my way to the facility, and I'm 2 blocks away getting gas at a Shell around the corner, and I get a text from my employee that says, "Hey, I was going outside to take the trash out, and I hear a really loud noise, and someone parked next to the client's work van, and they're doing stuff. It's like midnight, and she's like, they're out there making loud noise, and they're like working on the van. And I'm like, oh, the client doesn't have anybody working on the van at midnight. That seems really strange.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously what's going on is some druggie is like trying to steal the catalytic converter, and so I pull up. He's still there. He sees my car. I'm like flashing not flashing my lights at him, but I use my headlights to light up his area. And he stands up and he's just kind of sitting there staring at me for like 5 seconds, and then he decides to just sit in the driver's seat of his car, which he parked right next to the van. So I just park at a parking spot. I kind of just sit there and wait, see what he does, see if maybe he just takes off. I try to take out my cell phone to like record his license plate or get a description of him, because I'm like, damn, this happened to my client. Now I'm gonna have to alert some type of authorities or make some type of report. So trying to get some footage or some evidence. And as soon as he sees me pull my phone out, he turns his brights on, rendering my camera useless. So I'm like, all right, well,
smart.
Before any further damage is caused, I got female employees working after midnight. Let me go approach this guy, let him know he just got to get off the property. So in doing so, I grab my gun, I put one in the head, and I put it on my hip, and I stand outside of my car. I think he sees me adjusting my holster or whatever as I walk up, and so he decides to start his car and drive off as I approach the area where he was next to the van. And then I get next to the van and I see that he had a flashlight, some tools. He had dropped like half a pack of cigarettes, and I look underneath the van, and there's some canisters like siphoning the gas from underneath the van. And I'm like, so he actually already touched it. Now I really have to call the cops. I was hoping that I could have just scared him off before he did anything. But
right, no harm, no foul.
Exactly. I don't want to call the cops. But now I see that he actually has this thing. He's done something to the truck. So I hit up the client. I'm like, hey, just double check and make sure you don't have anybody working on the truck this late at night. Someone's messing with it. So I just wanted to double check. Client says, of course not. No one's supposed to be there. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, damn, now I really got to call the cops. So I actually have to call 911, right? I called them. They asked me where I am and whatnot, and I tell her what happened. And they're like, okay, yeah. I was like, it's like a like the guy drove off. It's not like a imminent threatening emergency. I mean, I don't know how far he went or if he's going to come back and try to get his tools or anything, but I was like, I'm not like any threat. I'm inside. The doors are closed or whatever. I'm for the most part safe. And she's like, all right, I'll send someone over there. They'll be there, and they'll be there in a little while. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I go to the bathroom. I grab a couple garbage bags to like take out for my employee to finish up. And by the time I just come out from grabbing garbage bags, I see a flashlight in the window. And it's like approaching the front door in where my car is parked. So I'm like, oh shit, did this asshole come? And how is he trying to mess with my car, thinking I just came to work? And so of course, I still have my pistol on me. So I go to a side door where you can kind of pop out and look at the front door. And I knew exactly where he was, so I would be pointing right at him. So I'm pointing, and I pull my gun out, and I open the door, and I'm pointing my gun directly at a police officer. And I'm like,
shit.
Hey, yo, let me put this away. try to play up the heroes are here. Everything's cool. I don't need this anymore.
Yeah. Oh, thank God you're here, officer.
Yeah, but it was crazy. It was a crazy little night for me.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts, right? Like fucking,
That's
trying
wild.
to stop a junkie, and all of a sudden, the next thing is I'm pulling my gun on a police officer because you guys showed up quick.
They
for
showed
once.
up quick. It didn't take them. It took them 30 seconds to get there. I swear I was only in.
Wow.
The
So they had someone already right there in the area. Must have, got the call and like, oh shit, I'm right there.
Yeah,
Roll
they're
up.
like, yeah, I'm right there. I'll pull in, and like that had to be the case because they were there in like 15, 20 seconds. It was nuts. So I wasn't expecting it to be them so fast. So I'm just knowing that I'm gonna have this guy held at gunpoint until the cops get here, and I end up drawing on a police officer who only had his flashlight out, didn't have his pistol anywhere.
Wow. So I mean, I'm guessing it all happened super fast. I'm sure, but like after that, like was he like, holy shit, man? What was his reaction to this whole thing?
So it was an Asian guy who I drew my gun on. Right? He was chill. He totally understand. He was like, yeah. He's like, I know the details of the call. I know you saw a flashlight over there next to the truck and this guy's tools. And he's like, I totally understand. You're scary. The next thing you see is me with a flashlight. He was completely understandable. But his partner was an asshole and gave me all kinds of shit and saying, he was like, oh, what do you want? Some type of vigilante shit or blah 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 blah. You're being freaking crazy and. One basically was trying to figure out some type of way to give me a charge for this. But I'm like, yeah, I carry legally. And this is an extenuating circumstance. So the partner was a dick, but the guy that I actually drew the gun on was completely understanding. Thankfully.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Thankfully, it wasn't that guy.
Obviously,
thankfully it wasn't the partner that I drew my gun on because I probably would have had to shoot that one.
Yeah. He would have shot.
Well, that guy sounds like he's the kind of cop that's waiting for action. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
He was one of those.
He's there because he thinks it's like his life is an action movie. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm on high alert. I'm fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger in this bitch. He's like, I got 2 Tommy guns and I'm ready to use them.
Yeah.
I need to use them. All right.
His methods are unconventional, but he always solves the crime.
Yeah, he was also pissed that I had went back inside with my pistol and the door closed. It locks automatically behind me. And so he got mad that he also couldn't get in the door with me inside with a loaded weapon. And by the time I was outside with them, I had no weapon. So and the doors were locked. So there wasn't much he could do. So.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Well, hey, glad that's as far as it went. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was crazy.
Other than a bunch of paperwork.
Could have become a 2-person podcast.
Right?
With Shrek
I'll call him from prison. You'd have to start. The podcast off with, "Would you like to accept this charge from?"
All right, we're gonna have to make a couple of those in the middle. You get like 15 minutes a call.
You have 15 seconds left. All right, podcast. We gotta add some more money. Subscribe to our Patreon to help support.
Shout out JPay.
Right. Go ahead. Hit that JPay link. Keep heavy on the podcast.
It would be fucking ridiculous. Let's try not to do that.
Yeah, I'll try to stay out of jail.
So, right now, what's showing over your face, Drew, is the pictures you sent me.
Oh, wow.
Of this place.
Okay.
Man.
So we're looking at the first one. I'm just scrolling through them for the peoples.
You could film a movie out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure people have. I was reading up on the place before we went, and there's actually permits that you need, special permits to do commercial photography and videography. And I don't know if it's because it's like, kind of sacred place or If it's just like because they want to cash in on that, you know.
They definitely just want to cash in.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the logistics there. You guys would probably know better than I do, being sort of in that film industry, if you will. But
yeah, it's easy money.
Yeah, a lot of these places that you're seeing here, the buildings are roughly 800 years old. They're all made out of stones that the locals they carved out of, you know, larger stones. A lot of it was kind of like clay and like slate where it breaks apart really easy. And then they just like brick and mortared these walls and little buildings everywhere. It was super badass, super cool to like be up in there and see, you know, something that's lied there, you know, untouched for hundreds of years.
Yeah, that's insane. They look dope. The photos look amazing. I wish I was there.
Yeah, the photos look amazing. This shit is crazy looking.
I think I sent you a video too. So that video, you know, it's funny. We climbed down off of the trail. The guy, me and he is my coworker, but the guy I'm out here with, we're both very much like kind of adventurers. You know, we don't want to stay on the trail. That's lame. And so we're walking down there, and we had been told by someone like, yeah, it's not like considered, you know, disrespectful to walk off the trail here. You know, you can roam around and you can like get up close to things and stuff. And so we're like, oh, dude, that's dope. Hell yeah, respect. Because like, you know, with these like ancient cultural sites and stuff, like as much as I love adventuring, like I'm not a fucking asshole, you know.
Yeah,
like,
you don't go ruin history.
Yeah, exactly, bro. And so like. We're out there and we dip off the trail like almost immediately, and we go down into the canyon and we're walking through the old riverbed. You know that you know thousands of years ago there was a river flowing through there, and
so dope.
We end up like cutting through like really thick brush, and we're definitely like, dude, we're not on a trail anymore. We're just out here, and we eventually come up inside of. If you look at the video that I sent you that from inside of this. It's called a kiva. Like Keva, and basically it's a shelter that they built intentionally. They built them underneath larger rocks or like mounds of earth, because it's supposed to represent when you're inside of there, you are like disconnecting from the human experience, and you're supposed to, it's like becoming one with the earth and all of its elements and the animals and the rock and the sky. And so it's like symbolically like you're going under the ground almost. But that was like super cool being in there. And then we get up the rest of the hill, get all the way up to the top, and there's this sign that says, please do not leave the trail. Please do not go near or touch any of the ancient ruins. And we're like, oh shit, bro, we've been all up in these things.
Already.
Like there was no sign until now. And like,
it's like you shouldn't have put the sign at the
and
back
then, like,
of
we
it.
start seeing like, yeah, well then there's an airplane that's like flying above, like back and forth. And then I start thinking like, oh shit, dude, are they doing like recon out here trying to find where we went? Cause they saw us go off the trail. Like, oh fuck, I started getting all paranoid. Like, dude, are we in like deep shit out here? Like, oh, this is not good. And turned out fine, totally fine. Plus we got some great pictures and got to go, you know, inside of these ancient places. But definitely weren't supposed to do that. We were very respectful. We weren't, you know, fucking anything up or carving our names into shit. You know, we were just wanting to get a nice close look. And you know, ignorance was bliss.
Yeah.
It really was, because that was a lot of fun going in there.
All right, so I'm going to play the video now.
Yeah, let's take a look at this.
You see that?
Oh.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Right?
You know what I kind of wondered?
What's your time code on the video say?
It doesn't say. It's
Whoa.
yeah.
I bet you they use these.
You're asking a lot. I'm working on a little laptop with a little like slide mouse. I don't have an actual mouse or anything going on.
Some brushed.
Yeah, dude, they have like double thick walls, and like, it's pretty impressive, man. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that shit looks
That's
fucking
awesome.
amazing.
That's awesome as fuck.
It was super cold out there though. Like, it looks sunny and nice, which it was, but like, it was ice cold, man.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't look probably as cold as it really was. That looks like such a dope place, though.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's cool that it's like, that was up in Utah, and it was only like about an hour drive from the hotel that I'm at.
Yeah,
That's
so
nuts.
you got a pretty long drive coming up here, huh?
Yeah. I mean, eventually when it's time to go home, that's probably going to end up being probably about I still got a couple more weeks here at least, but when it's time to go, I think I'm going to be doing the drive to Colorado, the little tiny southwestern tip of Colorado, up to Everett, up to Seattle. So I don't know how long that is. I think it's like 20 hours.
Is that a drive you would have to do straight, or would you like stop somewhere, sleep, and then?
I mean,
continue?
yeah, I would stop. I think the company policy is like no more than 10 hours on the road a day. So yeah, if it's anything like that, then yeah, you just stop. You stop whenever you get, halfway there, or
Yeah, good spot.
yeah. Some guys will like drive, maybe 12 hours and then have an 8-hour day the next day.
Yeah.
Try to chop it up so the second day of driving is shorter. 'Cause
Shorter.
After sitting in a car for that long,
You want it over.
Oh yeah, it sucks. But I'm not too opposed to that, mainly because I hate. Oh man, I told you guys last week about my TSA experience.
Yeah.
All right, where they locked my suitcase shut.
Yeah.
And I'm a little salty at air travel right now. So if I had to drive and I didn't have to deal with packing all my stuff up, because I can pan the camera around in this room. You're going to see a mess, but like I'm living here. Like this is effectively a studio apartment for me. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Yeah.
And so without a kitchen, I don't even have a microwave, dude. I got some spaghetti at lunch the other day and I brought it home thinking like, oh yeah, dude, I can't wait to have some spaghetti for dinner. I get the leftovers out and I realize like, oh bro, there's no microwave in here. God damn it.
Damn.
So, but hey, at least spaghetti is one of those things you can have cold and it's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, you got lucky on that one. Spaghetti is one of the few ones that you can still
Spaghetti,
enjoy.
pizza's pretty good.
So
Yeah,
far,
I will
Italian
always-
foods.
Yeah, I'll always argue though that some people say, "Oh, pizza's better cold," or "Pasta's better cold." Like, okay, no, that's false, because if it was better cold, that's how they would serve it.
Yeah, it would have been made initially cold.
Imagine you go to a restaurant and you get a nice cold refrigerated slice of pizza.
Yeah, you probably feel some type of
No.
way. Yeah.
Although that might just be weird enough to work.
Cold
Yeah,
pizza.
franchise it, cold pizza.
Hold up. Cold pizza's bomb. Don't you ever disrespect cold pizza. Second day breakfast cold pizza is the most bomb shit in the world.
That should be the restaurant brand. You should have fresh, cold pizza. You should also have not fresh, like second day pizza.
Facts.
You should have all the novelty, like the microwaved pizza. Like you should have a microwaved pizza.
Second
on the
day
menu.
macaroni cold. It's like the cheese is already kind of like gotten thick.
I wonder, like, what type of health, like how far you can push the health department to allow some of this shit.
I'm trying to like choke to death eating macaroni
Because
it's
you know
so
what,
sticky.
that's too American to not work.
Yeah, and
I
like
think just the health department may have something to say about the second day.
Yeah, you would have to work out the whole cold food aspect of things, because I know that's not very hygienic in terms of food.
it kills shit. Cold kills shit like heat kills shit.
Well, definitely not true. Science, not science podcast, not a math podcast, but I can
But-
tell you that's not true.
He said, I can tell you that's
It at least freezes it into the hypostasis. Like it has to do something. Not everything can live in frozen temperatures. You die
Yeah,
if I
so-
freeze you to below zero. You die.
Putting it in like a Halo Combat Evolved cryo chamber. On like a spaceship. Yeah, but you're putting it in the refrigerator, the back of the Arby's.
Why do
Right.
Hold-
Yeah,
hold-
that's
hold-
different.
hold. Why do we put things in the refrigerator though?
Because they don't spoil as quickly as they do at room temperature. But
Combats
they
bacteria.
They still go bad.
It will eventually, yes. But still, same if you heat it. It will eventually still spoil if you just let something sit out there. That's just microbial life. That's the same shit that lives on your flesh. Beautiful
Yum.
stuff. Yeah. When you find out that like your body's made up of 90% other things and only 10% you, how fucked is that? We're like bacteria and then something else.
water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've read somewhere that like if you were to go out in space like without a spacesuit, your body would like boil from the inside out because all the sun's rays hitting you and we're like what 95% water. So that radiation goes straight through your skin, it goes straight through your body and just boils you from the inside, evaporates all the water out of you.
That and you can boil water at a lower temperature in the mountains because
higher altitude,
elevation, and when you have no atmosphere, boiling temperature is like 1 degree. So in your natural 98-degree body temperature, as it boils off all of its liquids.
It's crazy,
right? You don't, and then you kind of
raisin.
puff up.
Dude, they I actually learned that we're above oh, God, excuse me. We're above a mile high out here. We're like 6,800 feet high. The elevation is here.
Jesus Christ.
And I always, you hear about, it's harder to breathe at high elevations and, mile high, like in the city of Denver, it's called Mile High City, I believe is what they call it. I'm like a mile, almost a mile and a half up, and feels fine, breathing normal.
I feel all right.
That's crazy.
Have you tried to do anything strenuous though? Like anything?
we were hiking for hours out in the canyons today.
Facts.
Yes, but were you running?
That's when I realized, like, I don't feel this whole altitude thing. I don't know what people are talking about.
Maybe you're one of the lucky ones that doesn't get it.
You just are a beast.
Like your body adapts to altitude change because your body's adapt, right? So like your body adapts within like a day or two. That's why when you go train for boxing or running or anything in high altitude, you go up 2 days before you plan to train and acclimate yourself to it a little bit. At least the non-crazy ones do. If you're crazy like Cameron Haynes or something, that bastard just goes up and is like, I'm going to go run the rest of this mountain. I'm going to get another 2,000 feet. I need it. Apoxiation.
Yeah, like suffocating yourself for exercise.
Yeah.
Right?
I need to hypoxiate my asshole.
That sounds smart.
Need to get the air out. It's getting all the air out of your blood and shit. It helps clean it up. That's what they say, at least. I don't know if it's all that good. I mean, Wim Hof, that motherfucker wears straight up booty shorts and runs in the fucking frozen ass mountains barefoot. Just
swims like under glaciers and stuff.
Yeah, for like a half a mile.
Wim
like
Hof, that guy's a madman.
Just from breathing.
Insane.
He's adjusted his body and controlled every aspect of his body from doing the Wim Hof method of breathing. I've tried it. It's pretty cool. It is like tantric breathing. It makes you fucking
pretty sure he
lightheaded.
froze his brain cells and they just don't react anymore.
If you watch him, it would make sense that would be it. But the dude has gotten other people to do the same thing through his Wim Hof method.
Crazy.
And like, he'll have you do the breathing, which is like in through the nose and out through the mouth, but you're doing it at a high pace and a high volume to where you get lightheaded and dizzy, like you're gonna black out. And he says, "Keep going." You just gotta keep going. He's like, past that.
He's like
point.
mind over matter.
Yeah. He's like, past that part's perfect. He's like, if you pass out, you pass out. He's like, sit down on the floor and lay out. That's how he usually does it. Have people sit out on like these mats, and then he'll play some music and shit and make it all like boom ka 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 boom ka ka ka, and then have people just in there. You breathe all the way in and fill your chest,
Breathing
and then,
like crazy.
and let it all out. And as you do that rapidly, you just start to get real fucking lightheaded and shit. But you feel the oxygen in your body and like your muscles and stuff stop aching. It's pretty good. It's actually pretty good. I'm just always, because I'm usually by myself, and like if you fucking pass out by yourself, I already have a passing out problem. Yeah, like it's not safe. I've already hit my head off of the fireplace mantle once upon a time.
Those things are dangerous, man. Those will take you out.
Yeah, if it didn't have a hat bill, I'd not be here right now. That's a fact.
Yeah,
Man, I ran straight into one of those as a kid. Like it was like one of those where like you're turning your head and something is like next to you and you like slam the side of your head on it.
Yep.
Oh my god, yeah. I still have a scar. I have like a divot in the side of my head from that thing.
It's like permanently the reminder of that.
Classic childhood injuries.
Yeah, I got
What
lucky.
was your worst like childhood injury, like slamming your head on a concrete mantle, for example.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever have to, like, do you ever get wrecked on your bike or anything? Have to, like, go to the hospital, get stitches, or get a cast, anything like that?
Plenty. I'm trying to think of what was the worst though. Like,
It's hard to tell.
I was
what
such
the
an
worst one
accident-prone kid. Like,
Oh, yeah. Well, that just means you're out there living.
yeah, I lived hard as a kid. Like, yeah.
It's-
Like, I think for me, as far as pain-wise, I got hit with a golf club at full swing, like at full, like someone's full
my
swing
God.
of a golf club right in the eye.
Holy
It was
shit.
definitely an accident, but that doesn't make it any less painful.
Oh, that's good. I mean, was that like a driver or like a 3-wood? What'd you get clocked with?
Nah, it was like a 9-iron. It was an iron. It was it was thin, like so it's thin and metal. So like, but
Oh.
it made I had one of those eye blood clot thingies where your eye is like red for like a month and a half, and
Oh,
people
yeah.
just think you're a demon because
It's got blood all in the actual eye.
Yeah, and so I had that for a while, which is crazy.
Yeah,
But
that shit's freaky.
it hurt like shit. Like my entire head was ringing on the way to the freaking hospital.
God damn. I got that, but in the nuts with the baseball bat.
Ouch.
I was playing catcher. And not the catcher, you motherfuckers out there thinking of, you sons of bitches. Won't cluck that clip. I was trying as a child to, like, catch the ball while one of our other cousins was throwing the ball to my other cousin playing the batter. And then when he swings, he fucking, like, lets go with his front arm and just swings it back straight to my nuts. And I fucking dropped.
Ouch.
Dude, it was the most painful thing I'd ever experienced in my entire life. And then a girl split my nutsack open with, like, you remember back in the day when people would take bandanas and snap people with them?
Yeah.
And just like, blow. She was
Yep,
good at
yep.
that shit. She could draw blood with just a bandana. But this bitch would put a fucking, like, razor blade at the end of one.
That's
Oh my god. Yeah, that's an actual weapon.
that's assault. Yeah.
So, no, that's assault, right? So, I get up. We just get done fucking. I'm standing there like fucking Peter Pan does, you
In
know,
the
with
Captain
the arms
Morgan.
in the fucking Captain Morgan stance. And I'm just standing over the top. All of a sudden, she grabs the bandana and snaps me right in the fucking nutsack. And, like, my fucking dick splits open like a hot dog. Blood everywhere. I'm freaking out. I'm fucking teenager at this time. And then 3 minutes later, my grandma's supposed to show up to pick me up from this place. So, like, I'm fucking stuffing a bunch of rags into my shit just to fucking keep the bleeding from soaking through the pants. I'm like, no one can know about this. I need some butterfly bandages. Stat.
That sucks.
It was so fucked.
I never had anything that bad, but I did crank my nuts pretty bad. Like, so bad that I pissed blood, and I thought I was never going to be able to have
God.
kids.
Dude, that shit is that's scary.
Like, you know how
Yeah,
you
especially when you're a
skateboard
kid.
and you're trying to hit a rail or whatever? Like, I had no skateboard, and I was just trying to jump on this fucking rail for whatever reason. And I just, missed it, and, boop, trying to like lean to where it could just hit my asshole instead of my nuts.
Doesn't work.
But nope, it did not work.
You always
Dick
fall forward.
straight onto the fucking edge of this railing or handrail, and boom, and I'm in pain. And I immediately feel like I have to piss, and I piss nothing but blood. And
Oh my God.
and just that alone, I was screaming, crying, and I'm like, I can never have children. It was the worst already.
Most
from there.
terrifying thing ever when you fucking see blood in your fucking piss.
Yeah.
And especially if you don't see piss in your blood.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
That's
Yeah.
when you're. That's when it's
That was
really
more
fucking
concerning is
tripping
that I
out.
didn't see piss in
My
my blood.
blood.
That
I'm
was
like,
just-
hold
I
up. This
just
was supposed
pissing
to be
straight blood.
piss. I signed up for piss, and this is nothing but straight blood coming
Yeah.
out of my dick hole.
Sometimes there is blood and piss. That's
Sometimes.
normal.
And you're just like, oh, that's a little darker yellow than normal, and that's usually blood in the piss. Like, if it's kind of an orange, that means that you have blood in your urine. I know, because I've had blood in my urine many a time. I did a lot of drugs and stopped, and my body never recovered fully. It's like, you're going to piss blood every once in a while. It's just going to be a normal thing for you,
Welcome to life.
right?
Don't do drugs.
Dr. Phil would probably be like, what are you doing? Dr. Drew?
Oh, Dr. Drew, yeah.
Yeah. I said Dr. Phil.
You're
Dr.
messing
Phil.
up your life, son. What are you doing?
Yeah. I don't know. He might put me on a Catch Me Outside type shit. Get me famous as fuck.
There you go.
I
You
think
dumb whore. Wasn't that Dr. Phil? He was like reading some quote from someone like that they wrote online or something, and it's like something, you dumb whore. It's just Dr. Phil saying it is so funny.
Oh yeah, I think somebody had like one of those cameo things. He'd been having a lot of people get onto his Instagram because of YMH, and
oh really?
Doing the. Have you seen the Daddy Lola Gone shit?
They're like, where he's like, don't call me daddy or something like that.
It's this little Mexican kid, and he's got like an Instagram, and on his Instagram page, he does these lives, and people are just like, "What's up, Daddy? What's up, Daddy Lola Gone?" And he fucking trips out. He's like, "Don't call me fucking daddy. Don't fucking call me daddy. None of this Daddy Lola Gone shit. You need to stop that. You're fucking weird, bro. You're fucking weird, bro."
He getting all pissed at him.
Yeah, and then he's super nice to the ones that like don't do it. He's just like, "Thank you for subscribing, though. I'll see you later." And then fucking just complete flip. And so people seen that on YMH. That kid refuses to go to YMH for some reason. Like, show up. Like, he doesn't want nothing to do with it. And so people have been going to Dr. Phil's shit on his Instagram lives and calling him daddy. And he did one the other day where he was like, "You know, your father's probably on here. You probably don't want to do that." Like, super serious and shit. Like, has no idea. People were, "Daddy Lala Gone. Daddy Lala Gone." So good. Garth Brooks, though. Have we talked about Garth Brooks?
What about him?
The fact that he needs to let the bodies out. Give the families closure.
Yeah, he's allegedly a serial killer, right?
Is it alleged?
Is it alleged?
I mean, legally, yeah.
I guess technically until you get convicted, it's alleged.
I mean,
Hey, innocent till proven guilty.
Yeah, that whole thing.
or innocent, even just innocent. I mean, we got OJ. He's out here on Twitter world. Hello, Twitter world. That shit is the most
Hello,
gangster
Twitter
fucking thing. Hello, Twitter world. This boy already got a catchphrase. Oh, we got you glitching.
In time. So I mean, he. Oh.
Oh, we got you. You're back. You're good.
Oh yeah, you guys are freaking out. Freaking out.
Oh no.
Freaking out, man.
Freaking out, man. All right. You're looking good on our
okay, I think we're good.
We're back.
Beautiful. All right, you were saying.
Cool. Was I?
I think so. It was glitching out, so it was hard to tell.
I think we were talking about Garth Brooks.
Oh,
But you know what's funny is, speaking of Garth Brooks, so out here in this area, in this part of Colorado, it is like nothing but country music, and we're working in a travel center, so it's essentially like a truck stop that's at this casino, and it's on a main highway, and people just come through all day and all night. Truckers are coming in and out of there, and we've had to be we're working there like 8-10 hours a day, and it's nothing but the same like 4 songs on repeat. There's like 4 same country songs on repeat.
Oh my god!
And it's driving me fucking crazy being in this. Yeah, like having to work in there and just hearing the same songs over and over and over and over and over and over, and the same like shitty country songs at that.
Oh,
I don't know how the employees do it, man. I don't know how they do it. I look around at them like, how do you come here every day and just like not want to die?
They might kill truckers or lot lizards to
right.
deal with it.
Those are the ones you got to look out for. If you're tolerating
Way too
this
many
life,
cameras around there for any of that.
That's they like to flock together.
One thing that I've noticed about truckers, man, I would have never guessed, but sometimes these fuckers roll up and they got they'll get out of their truck, right? And then like their wife, I'm assuming their wife gets out of the truck, and like a child, like 1 or 2 kids and a dog get out of the truck, and it's like, what the fuck? You guys are like a family of truckers? Like, what's going on here?
taking the whole family with
I
us.
didn't know that was a thing.
I mean, when you come from a trailer that's not much bigger than the 18-wheeler back part,
which some of them
you're
are
like, hey,
big.
we could all just go with Dad on while he works.
That's true. Just hop in the sleeper and
Now,
we're good. We're family on the road.
I don't want this to be taken the wrong way, but are they mostly of Indian descent?
No, dude, it's like everyone. It's
Crazy.
It's an extremely diverse population that's driving our America's highways.
No,
and the big rigs.
I'm talking with the families.
No, I'm saying it's everyone. It's literally everyone. Like every walk of life gets out of these trucks, and I'm shocked because in my head, truckers are like, kind of older, middle-aged white guys that are kind of, they're definitely fat. They got back problems and they wear flannels.
Yeah.
And like, you just piss in your truck, you spit in your truck, you throw your trash out the window, and you keep on trucking.
You're farting 24/7.
Yeah, dude, farting, spitting.
Yeah.
Little dribble of piss, dude. It doesn't matter. I got to get to Albuquerque.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I'll change these in an hour or two.
Yeah, and now I'm seeing like, no, bro, it's like, like you would never know. These truckers, you would never know that you look at someone and like, oh yeah, that's a big rig, that's a semi truck driver.
See, that's kind of crazy. I have seen, the only reason I asked that is because I have seen in Arlington because there's a lot of Indian truckers out there, and one of the people I saw there had like his entire family, and I made a mention of, you are not gonna see that anywhere else. Like maybe Mexicans, like no one is taking their family with them. Like what other like culture has family that ingrained to where like the mom, grandma, 2 kids, everybody's fitting in this fucking 4-wheeler.
Yep.
We're riding together until we die together, and like the whole fucking family's gonna be there the entire time. That's not in very many cultures. It's kind of weird.
Well, and I mean, I don't even know if it's like a cultural thing at this point, because it's like I said, it's like everyone, like it's just so random, dude.
That's
I'm
crazy.
Like working outside, and, specifically the last couple of days I've been working on. So you picture a gas station, right? So picture the gas pumps, and then they're always underneath like a canopy, right? They're underneath. It's like the pumps are like in the main pillars, and then above that is a canopy over everything. Well, my work is on top of the semi-truck canopy that I've been doing the last couple of days. So every morning I go out there, I get the lift, I go up, it's like 20 feet. Oh, you losing me?
Yeah, we got you back though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, anyway, so I'm up on the lift like 20 feet up in the air, climb over the rails and onto the top of the canopy. And so like I'm just up there all day watching truckers drive in, get out, they go inside, they use the bathroom, they take a shower, they'll buy stuff. There's a whole like convenience store there with like trucker gear, trucker centric stuff at this convenience store, like, butt pads and like, they got like tire bats. I guess they got to go whack their tires every time they stop. I don't fucking know why, but I see them do it all the time.
That's crazy. I did not know that. That is not something I have seen. I've seen a family living in the truck with the person, and I've yet to see somebody smacking their tires with a rubber bat. That's crazy.
But we got to think about how smart that is, though. Like, if the job is driving and you get to have your whole family with you, if you have no, like, cost and you shower at the freaking Loves or the big, truck stop or whatever.
Yeah, because a lot of them
you
have
just
that.
keep on trucking, like, and the whole
Rest
family's
stop.
just with you the whole time, and then you make do with that.
And
you
some of these are huge.
Get to make a lot of money. Like, truckers are not like rich, but if you have no expenses, I mean, you kind of start to get rich pretty quick.
Yeah, because your gas is paid for. You ain't buying your own gas.
Yeah.
Like, everything that you're doing in between is paid for.
Or at least a write-off at the very least.
Yeah, like, it's insane how smart that is. That's what I was like. This is the craziest thing, and I was like, it would only be, in my mind, it was like only their culture would be willing to do that. Mm-hmm. Like, white people are too fucking stingy. They want to shit in their own fucking thing while they're driving. They don't want no one to know about it. I want to spit all over. I want to give a fuck about a kid walking into my spit.
Well, oh my God, bro. Some of the truckers, they're, they got the whole family. It's like definitely a more clean cut kind of operation. Well, Then there's also the guys that they get out of their truck, they open the door, and then they just undo the screw lid on their bottle and just dump out like a huge just glug 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 glug, a dip spit.
I knew.
And they don't even they don't even
7 hours of
bother.
driving.
Yeah, they don't even bother like going over to the garbage can. Maybe nope. It's just pour it right out their window. And out here, so on this reservation, there's dogs, like wild dogs. There's wild horses. There's wild dogs. So there's creatures just roaming around, and there's this wild dog. This guy doesn't notice, and I'm seeing this all happen. He's got his arm out the window, just dumping his dip jug out, and there's a dog that's down below, like slurping it off the ground as it's falling down. Bro, I almost started puking, and like this dog is like, oh my god, it was so terrible. It was so disgusting.
Oh my god.
That's so gross. Yeah, I would have puked right there.
So yeah, you get the whole spectrum with the truckers. You definitely do.
That's just crazy. I had mad respect for the Indian culture and how they are with family. Same thing with like the Asian culture and how they are with honor. Like the way that they have like honor in their family. It's fucking ridiculous. Like I talk shit to my elders. They do not do that shit. And any of my friends that have Asian families, it is a death sentence to disrespect your grandma. Mm-hmm. Like they will fucking chop you up, and if that's it, we'll make a new one. That you fucked up, like you're disowned. You're no longer part of the fucking tribe.
Well, I mean, part
crazy.
of our whole like American identity and culture is like, you can't tell me what to do, motherfucker. Like fuck you. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I don't care about you or if it affects you. I'm living my own life. Fuck you. It's freedom, you know, like.
And that's what you expect with truckers, especially. Like that's like what you think of when you think of a trucker, like fucking mesh trucker hat and America. Like that's the idea I get from truckers.
America.
Maybe that's just because my dad's one of those guys. Like my real dad, he's one of those fucking like drunk fucking just shitty fucking people that drives truck across the U.S. So I got a bad pool.
So he's almost like the stereotypical trucker.
Oh, he is the stereotypical trucker, 100%.
Huh.
He's the one that you'll see causing an accident, probably. Like 17 people
Dude,
dead.
holy shit. Speaking of causing an accident, we're driving out on this, like, you know, canyon road. There's no service. There's no lines on the road or anything. And, like, we almost got ran off the road. There was, like, a big truck coming straight at us. And, like, as we're getting closer and closer, he's drifting over onto our side of the road. Like, I started, like, swerving to get out of the way, and then he, like, kind of corrected himself. But I was like, dude, what the fuck? Are these people, like, is this like a, yeah, you shouldn't be out here, folks? You, like, you know, we don't take too kindly to your folks around here. Like, I was like, dude, should we, like, turn around? What the fuck? This place is crazy.
Oh, dude, yeah. I feel like I had that happen, like someone was trying to play chicken with me in the parking lot at Albertsons. This old lady is like, I'm going over as far as I can. I eventually have to cut over the lines because she just takes over the entire fucking thing. I'm like, what the fuck, bitch? Insane. And she's not paying any attention to where she's going. Almost hits a car at the end. It's fucked up.
In their own world, yeah. Some people are definitely like that. I feel sorry for people like that, you know.
Yeah, I do too when they're not.
But at the same time,
into me.
They're probably like a lot happier, you know. I mean, ignorance is bliss.
Yes.
They're just just doing my thing. I love my life.
I used to be happy as shit, and I was dumb as fuck. I'm super upset that I'm not as dumb as I was because I'm less happy. I understand things too well now. I'm like, fuck.
Well, you should start dipping Vagisil like they do on South Park to get dumber.
Wow.
Dude, there was an episode of South Park where Cartman, he wanted to be a NASCAR driver. That was his dream. But the problem is he wasn't poor or stupid enough. And so so his plan is, okay, I'm just going to start eating and dipping Vagisil Ultra until I get dumb and poor enough. And then he gave all his money away to Butters.
Oh my God.
That's hilarious.
Actually became a Vagisil sponsored NASCAR driver.
I love South Park.
I now know my dream.
Dude, it's so funny because they're like, they're in the aisle at the grocery store, and Cartman's like squirting Vagisil in his mouth, and then this lady walks up behind them, and she's like, "Oh, what the fuck are you doing?" And Cartman's like, "Butters, it's working. I feel totally stupid right now." Yeah, dude, shit's so funny.
Oh, that's
fucking
a
love it.
classic.
Oh man, their Rona specials were fucking hilarious.
Yeah, they've got new ones too.
Yeah,
That was the last one I saw was the Rona special.
I saw the two-part one where like they go back in time.
Yeah, that was the most recent one.
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, dude, that's some good stuff.
We won't spoil it for the people that haven't seen it, but if you haven't, you should. It's fucking hilarious.
Definitely.
I definitely want to grow a strain of weed.
Yeah.
And
Gross
name it.
integrity weed.
Yeah.
That's got to be a thing already. Like someone had to have made that, you know.
And someone somewhere has, but fuck them. I'm taking it. It's mine.
It's mine now, bitch.
You've heard it here first, folks.
Oh shit.
I'll call my integrity special.
Yeah, you know, I feel like that's one thing that I've always kind of thought was kind of bullshit. Like all the different strains and names and stuff for weed. Like, I've heard it both ways, but I've had a handful of buddies, you know, that have worked in the weed industry, and like, you know, some people claim there's differences in things, but I've heard a lot of people say, you know what, weed is weed, and so all those different strains and different types of highs and stuff, that's all like a placebo.
I would agree. Like, weed is weed, but weed also has other chemical breakups. So, like, how it's grown is going to give it more of, like, limousine or, you know, more CBD.
Yeah, I can't really
CBDA.
like get
or
with that
THCA.
idea. I would like to, but I know certain strands of weed don't get you high. So, like
Yeah.
the whole like there's CBD strains. Like
And if there's creepers, when you have creeper weed, that kind of just tells you, like, some weed you get stoned immediately, and some you can smoke 20 minutes later, you're fucking drooling.
Creeper weed? What do you mean by that? Like it creeps up on you?
Like, it literally creeps up on you. You used to get this creeper from this old lady when I would go to Everett High School. She would be smoking joints walking down Everett out of a little joint chillum. And she grew this shit called creeper. And this shit, you would smoke it and not feel high at all after you smoked it. It tastes delicious. You got a sweet flavor in your mouth, but you are fucking stone sober. 20 minutes later, you can't fucking walk.
Yeah. That's the good stuff.
It was good shit. I got, like, almost beat up by Casey and a bunch of his friends because I brought some joints.
this shit's not good.
And we
smoked
smoked it
all.
on lunch, right? And everybody's like, we ain't even fucking high, dude. We smoked 3 fucking joints. They ain't even high. What the
Bullshit.
fuck? Yeah, this is some bullshit. And then
You
by
can't stay
fucking
awake in
third,
class.
by the time we hit 5th period, and I see him in the hall, they're like, yo, dog, what the
Dude.
fuck was in that shit? I'm so fucking high right now. I'm like, yeah, dude, I need some Visey.
Yo, I remember, I think it was my senior year. I had a biology class. I think it was early. Yeah, biology was like first period. And, you know, it's 6 a.m. is pretty early to like try to use your brain for biology and shit.
Yeah, why?
We found my buddy, he had a knack for like buying things online from China, like totally random, like pills, for example. He would buy like synthetic weed pills. He'd buy like synthetic, like all these crazy shit. He'd buy like salvia and stuff.
Yeah, CBD, 2CI, 2CB.
So he finds these pills, bro. They're called Jet Alert, like a jet plane, Jet Alert, and they're caffeine pills, and they are like, it's like 1,000 milligrams of caffeine in each pill. And like a Red Bull, I'm pretty sure a Red Bull has 80 milligrams of caffeine. Well, these things had like 1,000, or maybe they were 500. I don't know, but we all took like a bunch of them. We took a bunch of them. And I can tell you right now, you can trip on caffeine.
Oh,
like
yeah.
If you eat a couple Jet Alerts, like, holy shit. I remember we bought them for snowboarding. We were all going snowboarding, and we wanted to wake up super early and like get to the mountain really, really early and get the whole day in. And so that's why we bought these things, was so that the day that we went snowboarding, we would just pop a couple jet alerts, jet up the mountain, and we're ready to go hit the slopes. Well, we wanted to try them out. I think it was a Friday, and we were going to go snowboarding that weekend. And so we ate some in the morning before class. And, dude, I'll never forget, we're watching a movie. It's like some sort of documentary about space. And I'm staring at the screen, and I just have, like, my arms. I'm, like, kind of sitting in my chair, staring forward. I got my arms on the desk, and, like, I start, like, in my head, I'm, like, floating away like a spaceman. And, like, dude, the lights were, like, off in the classroom and stuff. And I'm just like tripping balls on caffeine pills. Like I was like, I had no idea what was going on. I was like somehow like falling asleep, but I was also the most awake I've ever been in my life. Like the whole thing was just madness. So yeah, you can definitely get fucked up on caffeine.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. But I just, caffeine's just one of those ones you crash on, though.
I've taken those pills, those caffeine pills.
Jet alerts.
Oh, dude, that's when I knew that I can't do like upper shit because of caffeine. Because like I thought I was gonna have a heart, and I used to snort cocaine and smoke crack, and never like I would fall asleep on those things.
Cocaine never worked for me,
dude. Yeah,
caffeine works for me.
I got fucking heart palpitations like nobody's business. I went into a fucking straight up panic. I was in a cold sweat. Like I thought I was gonna die. It was the only drug I've taken that I thought I was going to die.
For the sake of, like, no one believing me that cocaine didn't affect me in college, I did an extreme amount of cocaine. I only stopped for fear of ODing just for the fact that I had done so much cocaine.
Right. Like, you have a feeling like...
Yeah, I'm like, this is just a lot to be doing. I'm like, I don't feel high. I still went to sleep that night. Not like... snorted like 9 grams. It was ridiculous. It was like, and I was like, I should stop. Like this just isn't smart to do. Like I'm not gonna do it until I just die. I'm like, and I was like, do you believe me now? And they're like, nah, you gotta just be not like I don't know. You just gotta need a little bit more. Blah blah blah.
Like, nah.
I'm like, nah, I just don't feel like everyone else feels. I'm like, I'm gonna take a nap. I'm gonna smoke a blunt and go to bed.
Yeah, see, like I want to smoke. I get numb. Like mouth and shit, but that's about it.
Yeah,
like I'll get a little heart race if it's
fine.
some really good coke, if it's really good, but I gotta blow like 9 to 10 grams.
Yeah, just
in
try
order
it.
to fucking have fun
safe.
with it at all. Like to have fun. Like
and at that point, like that shit just sucks because then you like your nose hurts, like your sinuses are all fucked. Like,
you got a nasty ass drip for no reason.
Yeah. And then like the next day, dude, you feel terrible. You've got like the worst dopamine crash, and it's like, bro, that was not fun. That was not worth it.
That's why I hate ecstasy, because the dopamine crash, you're like fucking drained out. Like your brain's been just squeezed of all the dopamine for fucking 3 days. You're just recovering for 3 days, depressed. Like I just want to die. I want everything to just fall away.
Yeah.
Curl up into a pit of nothing. And then you take some more and you feel good again. That's
and then you're always just chasing the dragon, man.
That's the whole thing. That's like he used to make me angry too. Dragon. I felt like people would fucking talk to me like I was a child. Just inherently, I thought people were talking to me like I'm a child, and so I get super fucking pissed on ecstasy. I get so angry all the time.
That's the reverse effect you're supposed to get on ecstasy.
That's why I didn't do ecstasy very often. I'd have to take I would take 75 pills in a night. And yeah, I mean single stacks, but and a lot of them were heroin laced. I like the heroin laced stuff. That shit that was like more settle you down, and then had MDMA cut into it with a little bit of mescaline.
Yeah, I'll just have a Corona.
Just have a Corona. That was an old me. I couldn't handle drugs anymore. I guarantee it. Like I can't even handle the drugs that I used to take.
That was a time where
it
was just an overflow of ecstasy.
There was so much.
Right after high school.
Ecstasy, coke, pills, morphine. Like there was so much shit.
Yeah, that was all the shit back there. I did do morphine one time. I might have told this story on the show before, but I did morphine and I ran an unsanctioned marathon. Ran about 28 miles.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and then afterwards when we were done, I still felt great, and I ran sprints. Me and the guy that I did it with, we ran like wind sprints up and down this hill, really steep incline. And then we got back to his house, and I ate about half of a Costco red velvet cake. And then about an hour later, puked up half of a Costco red
Over-
velvet cake.
I was gonna say at some point in those sprints, I would have been
comes up.
spewing guts. Like,
Dude, it was very surreal because like we were running at the time. We were both in cross country, and so we were like, well, shit, we got to run. We wanted to run like a 5K or whatever, but then we just kept going, and then because I mean that's what morphine will do to you.
Yeah. It make you run a 5K and feel like
Yeah.
it's not enough.
Nothing
Not
at all.
enough. I need
and like
more.
that was we ran like 28 something. Excuse me, like 28 miles. That was easily like twice as far as I had ever run before. Like that wasn't even like it was
that's
just
crazy.
oh yeah, don't do drugs. It'll make you exercise to extreme amounts.
I remember taking a shit ton of morphine one morning because I used to eat like 1060 milligrams for breakfast, and then 10 more for lunch, and then 10 more for dinner.
Yikes.
Yeah, I was Mighty Morphine Power Ranger. That's what that was the thing that I came up with, and my vision was literally fisheye. That's what my vision felt like. So like I tried to go skate, and like I couldn't find the board because I would think it's closer than it was.
Yeah, your perception's all fucked
It
up.
was so fucked. I ended up busting my ass so hard at the
Yeah,
East
that's not
Casino
safe.
Park. It was so fucked up.
Dude, I used to go skate there on my lunch break at Boeing. I would take like a 3-hour lunch break. I'd go skate at the skate park.
That's insane. Yeah, that skate park used to be the shit back in the day. It's kind of fucking janked apart now.
Yeah, shit's super crusty. That'll rip you up.
Oh, dude, and rocks everywhere. People like purposely take rocks and go and fill the fucking flat ground with rocks over there. It's fucked up.
Yeah, it's some bullshit.
Yeah, we got other ones though, better ones. That one could burn
Yeah.
it as hell.
I'm getting all whoa, big Harley.
Yeah, you heard
Big
that?
motorcycle I just heard.
Yeah, that was out on the street from the office, and you know how far that is.
Yeah,
That
that's
thing
a
was loud.
that's a loud bike. Holy shit.
Somebody's
Hell
having
yeah.
fun.
Hey,
We-
loud pipes save lives.
They do, and fuck wives.
Yeah,
Oh.
loud pipes save lives.
Loud
Big pipes
pipes.
fuck wives. That's what it is.
These are the facts, ladies.
So we are an hour and 2 minutes and 10 seconds right meow.
right, well-
Perfecto.
Shit, it's been a good time.
Yeah, it was
Thank you.
excited to
everybody.
have you physically back with us in the shop next week, hopefully.
Well, it's not going to be next week. It's
Some
probably
week in
gonna-
the future.
Yeah, at least a couple weeks from now. But I'll be back. I'll be back
Yeah,
eventually.
He'll be back.
Hell yeah.
And you
Yeah.
know what? Maybe I'm thinking. I think the internet problem might be because it's Saturday night here, and that's like when there's the most
Everyone.
people at the casino on trying to get on the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
I'm thinking maybe we can do like a I don't know
Sunday or
adjust
something.
the schedule. I mean, last week we didn't have any problems. That was like a Sunday kind of midday thing, right?
Yeah.
Either that or like a day during the week. I got no problem with like a weekday as well.
Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, that'll help
Honestly,
out.
like the Wednesday to like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday would probably be super good for Wi-Fi signal.
Hell yeah.
Works for me.
Works for
Yeah.
me.
All right.
All right. Yeah. Well, hey, it sounds like you people are going to get another episode here sooner rather than later. So,
Love you.
I guess we will talk to everybody later here. I'm going to go ahead and run the music back again.
Let's
that.
do it. Peace out.
Oh, all right, everybody, say bye.
All right. Peace,
Peace
out.
out.